What is up, all my dorks, nerds, geeks, and gamers? It's your host, Ghost here, and I'm joined with,
Nike Y43.
and you are watching another episode of the Dorks Den Movie Minute, where we review the exclusive series. Either it's on Disney Plus or HBO Max or whatever series is exclusive to wherever. We will watch it and then we will discuss it. This week we're still on Wandavision. We are on Wandavision episode 3. It just dropped on Thursday night at midnight. I think personally, I think this is the most revealing episode so far that we've gotten, and it's the least cheesy sitcom style episode that we had. It has those elements in there, but I don't think it was as ham-fisted as episode 1 and 2 were, shoving the stuff down your throat. Is there anything like?
Yeah,
But what is your opinion so far on episode 3 and what's going on with the WandaVision series?
it it seemed like the episode, even though it was 30 minutes, it seemed like it was a long 30 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
it seemed like it kept seeming like it was just kind of felt like watching Dragon Ball Z back in the day.
The battles that take 4 or 5
Yeah,
episodes to finish.
yeah, like that's what that kind of was. Like it kind of like stretched it out, like I said, but it minimized a lot
Right.
of the immediate jokes and the overabundance of audience laughter in the background, playing.
Right.
But I mean, but it had some good scenes in it too. But it felt like it was really weird. It felt like they just stretched it out even longer. And it was like
I think
it was kind of like a weird flow to the episode.
Right. I know what you're talking about, and I think that contributes to one scene in particular, and that is the stork scene where the stork keeps appearing and you can't get rid of it. I think that's the scene that just drags on for like 10 minutes, and it's a 30-minute episode. So when you have one scene that's just her trying to get rid of the stork, which doesn't make any sense in my opinion. I had no idea what was going on with that. I was like, what? Her magic's not working on it? Like what?
Yeah.
That's confusing
I
me
mean,
a little bit.
I understood when she was having her contractions and stuff, the pains, like, and then she was
Yes.
kind of making her sporadic. I understood that, but
Yeah.
that stork, I was like,
That's why it seemed unnecessary now at the time watching it, but I think later on that'll be a clue as to someone was messing with her at the right time.
well, it's not even. I was kind of thinking about it a little bit more. I was like, maybe it's the reality that she's built or someone that has built for her.
Right.
It's starting to collapse.
Crumble, yes. And we can see
Yeah.
that actually with Vision starting to come to his senses, and then she did a blip again and then reset him again.
Well, see, that's the big thing, like, because I know some people are talking about like it's mind control, or whatever. But I'm like,
Well, no, it's not the
I'm
real
like,
Vision. Yeah.
yeah, but the way he reacts though,
Right.
it's like, okay, no, that's Vision reacting. Like with the dude when he was cutting
The wall.
the wall.
Yeah.
And then, like, when he went and talked to her, I love that because it showed, like, how he was trying to portray the character of the sitcom that they're doing, but then
Yeah.
also the Vision character himself.
Well, that's the thing about the show is it's got this horror element to it where everything's so it's like a body snatchers kind of horror where everything's so perfect it's scary. Like that's the horror element. And I think this episode we finally get to see that yes, I think Wanda is the bad guy. She's 100% doing this. She might be influenced by somebody else, but it's her actions that are doing all of this. And we saw that with, I believe, Foxy, or whatever her name was. I believe she's Monica Rambeau. I think we all know that. She's the little girl from Captain Marvel 2. She grew up. So this has something to do with time travel. That's going to play into it.
Yeah, because at the end of the episode, it shows her, like, going through, like, either dimension or time, and then all of a sudden she's there in front of, like, S.H.I.E.L.D. possibly, or
Yep.
whatever it could be, Sword, or...
And I really think I figured it out. It's a little neighborhood that after Endgame, Wanda took Vision's body, remade him, and made this perfect area where she's trying to have a normal life. And then Shield and Sword are kind of just watching her at the moment and monitoring her if she's gonna do anything worse or who knows with that kind of power. So I think that's where the show is going, and I think Monica Rambeau plays in that somehow. And then we've also got little teases of Mephisto and something sinister, more sinister than Wanda, at play here. So
Yeah, because, like, from the first two episodes, when they were at that talent show thing, and then she heard the radio and they were say, "Wanda, who's doing this to you?"
Yes, yep, yep. But that could also just be Sword thinking that someone's doing it to Wanda, but in reality, Wanda's just not who she was.
I mean, but I think we finally started to see the turn of Wanda into like the Scarlet Witch,
Yes, yes. That
like the
ending.
all powerful, you know, that you don't F
Yes,
with.
yeah, yeah. I agree with that, especially with that ending where she confronted Monica and forced her out of the bubble. That was a very, very strong performance by oh, what's her name? Elizabeth Olsen.
Mhm.
Amazingly strong performance. She goes from happy-go-lucky to mentioning Pietro to snapping on a dime, and it was just a quick turn, and it was perfect. It worked great with the episode, and if they do more of that, that's what I want to see, and I could see us getting more of that.
Well, to me, I think maybe there's a small possible chance that maybe Ultron makes a comeback because it was after she said she's like, "Oh, your brother who was killed by Ultron." That's when she snapped and she was like,
Lost it, yeah.
"What did you say?" And I was like, "Oh, wait." As soon as she said Ultron, that was the trigger word, and I was
True.
like, "Okay, maybe Ultron's planning to play do it somehow." Maybe
And that
not. I'm not a huge role. Maybe it's building to a
a
small minor
cameo or
moment.
something,
Yeah,
right? Just to bring him back into the fold of the MCU.
yeah,
I'm curious on if they bring back Pietro himself. If he
yeah.
comes back into the series, that would be great to see. What did you think of the commercial this week? The Hydra Salt, um,
The
Hydra Soak.
soap.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was like the soap thing.
yeah. It wasn't as strong, I think, as the other two were
No,
because the other
it
two
was more
tied to her
light.
origins, but it was the more lighthearted kind of commercial
Yeah,
thing.
I think it was
Still
more
the
light.
same characters though, so they could still be her parents, if you're really paying attention to the storyline. But I think it's a good shove in the right direction. Like you said, there were slow moments, but it is getting to that faster pace that we want to see. And I think that going forward, it's going to be at a much faster pace than what we previously were at.
Yeah, because like we hinted at the other podcast from last night. We don't. I don't know if we knew it was 6 or 9 episodes or how long they're
Yeah,
planning on making it.
we're not too sure exactly. Yeah, but we know we got a few more coming, so stay tuned to them. We'll watch them. We'll tell you what we guys think about them. Tell you what we think is going on. Oh yeah, and I think we got it correct. That voice on the radio is the one guy from Ant-Man. He was the cop, not the cop, but the Shield agent that was holding Ant-Man under house arrest in Ant-Man and the Wasp. So he was the voice,
The Are you
the
talking about
Asian.
the Asian?
Yes,
Yeah, the
yes,
funny guy who likes magic.
yes, yep.
So he's a phenomenal, hilarious
Yes,
actor.
he was the voice coming through the radio.
Okay.
So he's gonna be back in the series somehow. I assume he's the Shield agent in charge of monitoring what's going on with Wanda right now and trying to figure out what's going on. So that'll be cool to see him tie into it. All these mysteries, I hope we get a lot of answers for it. I hope a lot more things start to open up, come to light. But really enjoyable episode. I really, really like this one. I liked it better than episode 1 and 2. So I think it's going in the right direction. What about you? You think it's where it
Yeah,
needs to be?
yeah. No, I think it's exactly where it needs to be. For me, I think I like episode 2 the most so
Two.
far.
Okay.
I think it
All
would go
right.
2-3-1 for me.
Alrighty. All right, guys. Well, that's our opinion. Stay tuned for episode 3, where we talk about episode 4. It's a little confusing, but till next time, guys. I've been your host, Ghost. Joined with.
Nike Y43.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Leave your comments down below. And as always, keep it right here on Dorkston. I've been your host, Ghost. Adios, guys.
See.